Hello everyone and welcome to Smells Like Teen Angst. I'm Sarah and today we are going to talk about Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is based on a Judy Blume book from the 70s. So I have a confession. I never read this growing up. I have heard of the story, I know the title. So when I went into this movie, I didn't know what I was getting into. And I have to say, I absolutely loved it. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret tells the story of a little girl named Margaret. She's 11. Her parents are moving her from Manhattan to New Jersey. And she has to figure out how to make new friends. She's figuring out the beginning of puberty. She's figuring out boys. And along with that, she's also figuring out religion. Now, let me just say, this book was ahead of its time. And I really love that the movie chose to stick within the time period when it was written, instead of making it modern. Now, when I say that Margaret goes on a spiritual journey, it's because her father is Jewish, her mother was raised super Christian, and because she didn't marry a Christian man, her parents disowned her. So her parents chose to raise Margaret agnostic, basically. And now, as a school project, Margaret is learning about different religions and figuring out if one is right for her or not, as well as learning more about herself, her parents, her grandparents, and her best friend, which is her grandmother.
Just do this one thing for me. Let me just be normal and regular like everybody else. Just please, 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 please.
Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret stars Abby Ryder-Forston as Margaret, Rachel McAdams as her mother Barbara, Benny Safdie as her dad Herb, and the infamous Kathy Bates as Sylvia Simon, the grandmother. Kathy Bates is absolutely spectacular as the Jewish grandmother who is Margaret's best friend. I think the moments where the grandparents kind of come together and have their own discussion is so poignant and important, and it's such a pivotal moment for Margaret. Rachel McAdams has been one of my favorite actresses since Hot Chicks. Yes, that is before The Notebook, that is before Mean Girls. She is exquisite in that movie, and I think she just naturally fits into that raw nerve of a mother who is very layered and not one-dimensional. And that's what I really appreciate about every character in this movie, where you simply could have just had parents, grandparents, and then make it all about the girls. Everyone has a life. Everyone is layered. Everyone is like a four-dimensional character.
I don't know if I want to do this. Just that we're ready. Please, God, let it be a lady.
Throughout the film, I was transported back to my own tween years. I found this movie to be very reminiscent of coming-of-age stories that I loved growing up, like Now and Then. It's like Now and Then, but without the trauma. But I feel like this absolutely captures what it's like to be a young girl trying to figure out who you are, trying to not just be a follower of your friends, and making your own opinions and forging your own path. Being a tween is hard, and I would never want to live it again. However, I do love watching movies like Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because it transports me back to a time that I forget about. And this movie transported me back immediately. I remembered exactly what it was like for me at that age. And I related to these young women because I saw my young self in them. I think this movie is really important for young people to watch. I think it's got a great message, and I think it's just incredibly relatable, and everyone can find themselves in one of these friends. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is probably my favorite movie of the year so far. Now, I know it's early. This came out in April, but I absolutely loved it. Go see it.
We must increase our costs!
Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'm Sarah. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, comment, let me know what you think about Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up all the things. You know what to do. I'll see you next time. Bye.